Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another video of Let's Talk. Just conversations that come to my mind that I feel like we could talk about or I could talk about to the camera and see how my mental is improving and how far my skin is coming along. So yeah, today is, I don't even know what today's date is. Oh, today's August 25th, Tuesday that I'm recording this. And the topic I came up today was staying positive and when you feel like everything's falling apart, like basically staying positive in difficult situations. Yeah, this one is gonna be a little doozy. But okay, I'm just go ahead and talk. Staying positive during difficult situations to me is just like, as you have learned throughout the last, 4 episodes, I have had like a tumultuous up and down um life. It has never been like super perfect. I've had my good moments. I had good friends in all my chapters, but I always had it a little difficult just growing up with a single mom and her having to have everything on her shoulders. I was always aware of things that other kids were not, and instead of me rebelling, I decided to fall into it and accept um my situation with my mom. And even though I have a huge family, that was not to say like, oh well, I'm gonna help your mom, you know what I mean? It was what it was. And so I decided to not grow up faster, because I definitely had a good childhood, but mentally like grow up faster, if that makes any sense. Like just knowing her situation, knowing my situation, and knowing that yes, I have nice things, but I have to take care of these things, because my mom doesn't have it to be getting me something every day, or you know being spoiled. Like, I know a lot of people would think that yes, you're spoiled because you're the only child. Like, no, I was not spoiled. She got me what I needed, and if she did buy me something because she just wanted me to get it, I always knew, like, take care of this because it possibly can't come tomorrow. Like, if I lose my job today, we're not good. Like, I was not ever out of what my situation was, in other words. So um growing up, I just always, remember I told you she gave me journals, so I always try to keep my head in a positive mode. Like, I can do this, I could do this. I was never limited. She never made me feel like I couldn't do anything in life. She always pushed me and motivated me, and for that I appreciated her for that. I really, really do. I still do, because she's my number one like supporter. She just like, you can do anything you want to do. Don't make anybody make you feel like you can't try, because that's why you're here. You could try and do things, and it's always good to have that one person in your corner, even if that's not your parent, maybe a friend, a circle that you can have. And so growing up, I always had that in my mind, to always look at the bright side, to always be more positive, even if the situation that I was in was not conducive to the positivity. So as I got around, I think not 18, probably like 20, I started saying these positive things to myself all the time. I'm not gonna say like I'm not saying that I didn't believe it, but I was still, you're young, you're not really, for me, you're not fully tuned in. So you're doing these things for your future self. You're not sure if they're working, but you're still doing it. And that was me. I would go to Barnes and Nobles every weekend with my mother, and I know y'all hear me talking about my mom all the time, but that's my best friend. Like, at the end of the day, anybody that knows me, it was always me and my mother everywhere I go. Like, the weekends was me and my mother. I didn't have a problem hanging out with my mom and going places with her, because she was a nice person. She was a good mom. I'm super proud to have come through this human being on this earth. So yeah, we would go to the not the library, but Barnes and Nobles, and sit down in on 14th Street in New York City and just like read books all day. And I would read books about positivity and how to change my mindset and all of this, even when I wasn't fully understanding it. And so when I came out to Georgia, I kept that same thing going with books and um, just always writing positive things, giving positive feedback to people around me, friends, acquaintances, just always trying to look at the brighter side of things. And even though I'm Aries and I could be very temperamental at times, it was because that's just a growing pain. You know, you don't really know how to master that. And I feel like positivity really just like helped me through a lot of things, like especially this last bout. Even when I was, every time I lost a job or something like that, you know, I would try to be super positive and let myself know, like, okay, this is just something you were supposed to learn from. And everybody doesn't have the same timeline. Everybody doesn't stay with a job for like 12 to 15 years, or, you know, this last current thing happening to me, all I had was positivity. All I had was prayer. Prayer is a form of positivity as well, because you have to believe and trust that what you're asking God for, what you're saying in your prayers, will come to pass. And so just sitting here sometimes, when I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just like, okay, how can I get from A to B? That's all I'm worried about, A to B. I don't sit and wonder about, you know, what anybody else is doing, or get on social media and kind of like, I don't know, compare myself to others. I compare myself to myself, which is why sometimes I get in these funks, because I'm just like, okay, how can I up that look? How can I up myself from that person that I'm looking at in a picture mentally? Because even though y'all might see pictures of me and I'm looking and feeling like I'm feeling good, mentally I could have been somewhere that y'all did not know. So that is why I always try to compare myself to myself to see if I can grow from that, you know. And not to see if I can grow, I want to grow from being that person. So yeah, positivity is a big thing. So what I do is I get up, as I told you in the last video, I've been very diligent with my yoga workouts, my meditation, and just doing my gratefuls, and just being in a better environment. I wouldn't say it's 100% where I want to be in life, but I'm utilizing where I am to become an even better person, so that when the things I want fall into my lap, when the things I want come to me, I'm going to be ready for it. So I'm like working my brain out, working my mind out, working on myself so that I can be ready for what God is about to bring me, right? So I get up, I meditate, I drink my lemon water, I do my yoga, I write in my journal. And it could be different for you, your routine. You know, you might have a 9 to 5 or something like that, but always plug in time, always plug in time for yourself. Always make time for yourself, even if it's an hour at the end of the night or an hour in the morning. If you have kids, you know, wake up an hour before them or 30 minutes before them and do what you need to do for yourself. Like, because what you do for yourself is going to reflect on how you treat others and what they get to receive from you, you know, so you don't feel drained and tired and, I don't know, alone. And so I know I went off a topic, but I always do that. So just staying positive, to me, staying positive in difficult situations just means that, like, you have to keep going. Your only alternative is not being on this earth. And honestly, if you're here for a reason. I really believe that. We all are here to figure something out. We're all here not to compare one another to one another. We're here to figure something out, to do what we were called here to do. And I really feel like I was called here to do something. Of course, I'm not gonna know. That's part of the story. That's part of the surprise. It gets annoying, but yeah, we're here to fulfill our dreams, fulfill our job, or whatever it is you want to call it, and being negative is not going to help you, because negativity feeds, I'll just go ahead and say it, evil. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I don't want to fill up evil. I want to fill up good stuff. I want to feel good. I want to feel good every day. The more I feel good, the better I will get better. You know what I'm saying? The more you feel good, the better you will get better. And I know that sounds a little weird by saying that, but you will get better. Like mentally, you get better. You look at things a little different. People might say something to you, whereas you would have slapped them before. Maybe you might walk off this time. You know what I mean? Staying positive and truly believing in the positivity and the manifestations and the affirmations that you're doing, you're not even going to waste your breath on things that don't need to be acknowledged. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to come on here and say, like, stay encouraged, stay positive, be positive for yourself. Don't be positive for anybody else to think that you're going to get, notoriety or something from someone just because you're being positive. But being positive does bring good energy around you. People start to notice that you're a little different. They don't want to basically set boundaries. Okay? That comes along with staying positive. I'm not saying that you got to be patty perfect, because I'm not. I am not sweet when you get on my nerves. I know how to set boundaries. I don't like people around me talking negative stuff. I don't like you talking down to me as if I am not on your level or not intelligent enough to understand what you're trying to say to me. I'm very, very, very intelligent and intuitive, and I understand what you say to me when you say it to me. I don't need it repeated twice. I always take notes. And so being positive does not make you a sucker. It doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you anything. It's just something that will help you advance yourself and be better for yourself and not anybody else. And doing it in a difficult season, it helps even more, because even when I might shed a tear, like this morning, I was listening to one of Whitney Houston songs, and the lyrics really hit home. It's called Shoop Shoop, from Waiting to Exhale's album, and I shed a little tear, but you know what? I'm gonna make it out of this situation, and you guys are gonna see me grow out of this situation. I've committed to myself that I'm gonna keep posting on here and talking, and even if it might not make sense right now to me, because sometimes when I turn off the camera, I'm like, oh, I should have said that. You know what I'm saying? But even if it does not make sense to me right now, it will help me, and it will help her in the future. And when I say her, I'm talking about me. So whoever you are watching this video, I just want you to know, even though you're going through a difficult season, hold your head high. Get you some books. Write how grateful you are. Write some manifestations. Write some affirmations. Manifestations. I love my car. I love my house. I love my garden. I love how peaceful it is in my backyard. Like, write it as if it's already happened to you. A lot of things I watch, they say write things as if it's already happened to you. I love my husband. I love my children. I love my pets. Things that you want. I love the fact that I have found peace in turmoil. I love the abundance around me. I love having dinner parties. Things like that. Like, and affirm it. Like, say it to yourself. Go in the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself. Say it to yourself quietly when you're doing your your meditation. When I'm meditating and my head is going different places, I literally start saying, I love you. Like, I love you. I love you. And I have to keep saying it to myself, because I remember saying it to so many different people, and especially my exes, and not like saying it to myself. So you have to say it to yourself, and loving yourself. I love this season I'm in, because I'm learning to literally, for real, love myself, especially as a grown woman. And sometimes my mind, I don't feel like this grown, because I don't know why. Maybe because I don't have children or whatever. So sometimes I feel like I'm still like in my 20s, but then I have to remind myself. So it's like, yeah, I'm a grown woman, and I'm learning to love myself in my grown woman body, going through grown woman things. So we all have difficult seasons, and I just wanted to come in here to let you know, stay positive through anything, stay positive through the hard times. Just know that things will work out eventually. Just like how I could shave my hair off and then a week later it's growing back. It has a little peach fuzz. Just like how my body started out. If you go back and look at those videos, my body has taught me a lot, just looking at it go through its phases of the crackiness, the oozing, all of that. It showed me that life goes on. And so if life can go on with skin, if life can go on with hair, if life can go on with nails, you know what I mean? Things are still growing. Things are still happening. We can get through this difficult season. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. And if you have any comments or anything like that, leave it in the description box below and I will respond. And share this with somebody if you feel like they might want to hear me talk or not. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, this is for me to grow, and I hope you grow a little bit from just hearing me talk. Have a good day. Later.